My kid is in the window being weird. You're always so cheerful on your videos, but in my imagination, sometimes I assume that you're just as normal as the rest of us and you yell at your kids and get stressed. Get out of the window! Howdy do! Oh my goodness, guys. It's quarantine day 8,473 and a half, 3/4. It's almost nighttime. Ugh. So, I'm trying to put up different types of content on the internet for you guys, and today I decided to ask you guys to assume things about me and I would let you know if it was true or not. And you guys came up with some pretty cool stuff. It's pretty interesting to read people's assumptions about you, because when you choose to only share a portion of your life on the internet, it can easily be assumed certain things. So I didn't even think about that, and I was like, hey, I want to do this. And if you enjoyed the meme video that me and Dustin did yesterday, I am doing a round 2, but you still have a chance to go put more memes on my Facebook post. So I asked you guys to spam me with memes, and I want to see memes that I've never seen before, because I've seen a lot of the memes. I'm a meme lover. You like chick flicks and positive message movies, shows, and watch very little TV. Yes, I do watch very little TV. I listen to TV more than I watch it, because when I'm working or I'm filming a craft or I'm doing a craft, I like to have the TV on. Like, I'll binge watch an entire season of something and not really even realize like what the characters look like, because I listened to the entire season. I did that with One Tree Hill, which, is that a positive message movie? Maybe. Chick flicks, yes. I just don't get a lot of chances to watch chick flicks. So I don't, it's not necessarily my go-to, but if I do watch TV, it's usually The Office right now. And I'm trying to get into Love is Blind, but I haven't had very many moments to sit and watch it. I assume your husband cooks more than you do. I don't know why I think this, LOL. You are absolutely right. Dustin loves cooking. I am decent at cooking, but I just don't like cooking. Recently, it's like 100% the time he's cooking and I'm not, because I've just been really busy. And then when we started homeschooling, that's when I was like, you're going to be stepping it up in the cooking department, because I am so busy. I assume you're close with your entire family and family is number 1 for you. So this one's interesting. I'm definitely close with the family members that I'm close with, and the ones that I'm not, I'm very not, if that makes sense. So either you're in or you're out. And if you're in, you're in. And if you're out, we probably just don't talk very often. I have a huge family, so when I think of family, I don't know where to like draw the line. So like my immediate family is one thing, and then I'm really close with some of my cousins who are more like my siblings, because my siblings and I are kind of far apart in age, so I grew up closer to my cousins, and I actually think of them sometimes as my siblings, because they're the ones that I'm like, you know, we have kids the same age and things like that. So I'm very close to my cousins, and family is number 1. I'd say family and friends and other people are my number 1. I have a hard time differentiating family and friends, because I love my friends so much that they're basically my family. I assume you've been to Disney World like 100 times. I've actually never been to Disney World. I've only been to Disneyland, and yes, I've been there 100 times. Not 100, but close to it, and I've never actually been to Disney World, sadly. Wah, 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 and obviously it's closed right now, so not anytime soon. I assume you've gotten really good at separating family time versus work time. Yep, I have. I basically work Monday through Thursday from sun up till sun down, with a lot of breaks to do a lot of different things. And then Thursday or Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I am all family. Like, you wouldn't even think I worked, because I separate them that much. I assume you spend a lot of time in your house and car and the Starbucks drive-thru, even pre-lockdown. Yes. You're assuming correct. Or sitting at dance, sitting at softball practice, but softball practice, most of the time I'm in my car. Yes. Yes to all of those. Good assumption. I assume you don't drink alcohol often. I don't drink alcohol often, but I do drink alcohol, and it's definitely on moments, vacation and weddings and weekend get-togethers. That definitely I do, but I don't drink alcohol every day, and I don't drink it a lot because it's not keto friendly. And actually, as soon as I had kids, I kind of stopped drinking alcohol a lot because I was trying to get my body back, and alcohol just doesn't help with that. So next, I assume you're pretty excited about your business and the plans you have for 2020. You know, girl, I am. However, what is going on with 2020? Like, I am very excited, and if anybody knows a little bit about like how I've navigated my business, I am very excited, but I'm very flexible because I'm realizing that you never know when something is going to happen, whether it be a family tragedy, whether it be anything that just blindsides you. You just never know. You never think you're going to be quarantined for 3 weeks of your life. However, this is actually making me more excited because I've been able to stay at home and work on a project that I've been putting off for a long time because I would be missing out on life if I was sitting at my computer every single day, sun up to sun down. And now I'm doing that, and it's pretty awesome because it's almost done. I assume you don't let the little things get to you. You don't dwell on things long before moving forward. I think you're absolutely right. I've had a lot of big things happen to me in my life. So I think I used to dwell on little things a little bit more than I do now, but I don't anymore because I've just gotten things put into perspective. When family members pass away and people get sick and other people are struggling with really hard things, you just don't dwell on the little things sometimes. You're like, whatever, it's not that big of a deal. I'm moving on. I assume you sleep well at night. I do. I'm a good sleeper. I've always loved my sleep, and so I don't let anybody mess with that. And if you're in my head, I definitely will save it for the morning. I will sleep through that, and then I'll worry about it in the morning because ain't nobody getting in the way of this girl's sleep. I'm a sleep lover. I assume you live by the motto, if there is a will, there's a way, and are determined to find solutions, and often the best solutions to problems, mostly crafting related. Yeah, I'd say maybe. No. I'm gonna actually say no. I'll try anything kind of person, but if it's not working, I will abandon it. I will be like, this isn't working, moving on. So if it's something that I'm determined to do, then I might stick through it. But if it's not, I will find a loophole. I'm like, there's gotta be another way. I'm taking forever to do this. I assume you love to learn and you thrive when you get to learn something new. Yes, this is absolutely true. I do love learning. I wish I had more time in my day to learn more things. I assume you love to teach others. I think I like to teach others as I'm learning. But once I've learned it and I know it, and I don't know. I don't necessarily love to teach others, but I never realized I was gonna start teaching people on the internet. I just kind of thought I'd be doing crafts. I never realized it would turn into something where I'm teaching people. So I don't know if I actually love that part of it, but I don't mind it. It's not bad. I assume you are less of a people person in person than you are online. This is a hit or miss. I love all people, and when somebody breaks the ice and I start talking to them, I'm totally a people person. But when I don't know anybody in a crowd, or I'm somewhere and the vibe is just off, I can honestly just like sit in a corner and not talk to anybody and be probably perfectly okay with it. But if the vibe is just like amazing and these people are just awesome, I don't know, I'm an energy kind of person. Like if the person's energy is really awesome, I totally will like play on that, and I'm totally a people person in person, and I feed off of people's energy. So if you've got a lot of energy or you're happy, if somebody's negative, I instantly am like, got no time to cheer you up. Moving on, next. I just like to have a good time, and if the people around me aren't having a good time, I'm like, can I find other people to hang out with, please? I'm not a cheerer-upper. I'm like, start off cheer. I don't know. That might be an issue. I need to work on that. I should probably be nicer to people that aren't having a good day. Love silly movies. I love silly movies. Honestly, like, I could watch a silly movie any day. My favorite movie is The Wedding Singer. Always has been, always will be. Nothing has ever trumped it. You love life and the simple things, maybe is what it's supposed to mean. I love simple things. Absolutely. I assume that even though, we're getting into some of the good ones, I assume, those all were good, but these ones are like, intense. I assume that even though you're afraid, your husband is a pastor, you aren't afraid to get feisty and stand up for yourself and your beliefs. Talking about non-religious things here. Girl, you're not assuming that. You know that. Yeah, I'm pretty outspoken, and I come from an outspoken family. I've actually had to scale it down a bit in my life and learn to let my words match my heart instead of necessarily my feelings. I definitely will stand up for myself and my beliefs and other people, and I actually got in a lot of trouble as a kid standing up for people because I would actually fight you if I found out that you were bullying one of my friends or somebody, you know, somebody else. Yeah, rough life growing up. Maybe we'll get into that another time. Also, that if you don't like someone, they know. Not that you're rude or anything, but you just don't give any attention to them. You aren't going to pretend. I read this and I was like, yes, but it takes a lot for somebody for me not to like them. And I think it's because you have to do something pretty, like, directly to me and awful for me to write you off. And nobody's done that in my life. So I usually try to give everybody the benefit of the doubt, so I'm not necessarily, and I like a lot of people. Like, I genuinely like everybody, and if I don't like you, I try to look at, like, why don't I like them? That's something inside of me that doesn't like somebody. Also, something that helps with that is I've learned to hear people's story before I even think about liking them or not. And most of the time, it doesn't matter who they are or how they are, there's always something to like about that person. And if somebody's mean, it's usually because my motto is hurt people, and if you can get that in your mind, you'll have a lot more grace for people, and you'll start to realize most people just want to be loved. And so I genuinely don't not like people, and I hope that they know that. So if that does come off like that, then I hope they know that I don't ever think of somebody as worth writing off. Like, everybody is worth loving. Basically, that's my motto. All right, you're a genius. I'm just gonna say yes. And you're crazy organized. Okay, so I'm either crazy organized or crazy messy. Literally, crazy organized is the perfect way to put it because it's either crazy or it's organized. There's no in between. I will, like, organize something amazing and the system is awesome, but when I go to use it, it's crazy. Okay, so crazy organized. Does that make sense? I've also learned to minimalize, and that has helped me stay a little bit cleaner, but I'm still crazy organized. Great person, cares about everyone and honest to a fault. I do care about everyone, and I am honest to a fault. And I like that because I am honest to a fault. Literally, I will be so honest that it just gets me in trouble sometimes because I just have a hard time not being honest. And but I do care for everyone, so my honesty usually typically comes from a good place. It might not be taken like that, but it does. Fun, creative, and caring. I definitely am fun. I can be very creative, and there's moments when I feel like I'm not the most creative person, and I am caring. I've learned to stop caring so much about things that get me hurt, though, and I maybe care a little bit too much sometimes. And I've learned to care from a distance, which is starting to help me and my mental health and my sanity. Okay. Honestly, I've always just, okay, this person wrote a lot about money, and I was like, whoa, okay, hold up. Do I really put this off into the world? Because I do not want to put this vibe off. But I do talk about business a lot. So I'm like, maybe because of that, but I don't want to put the vibe off that I'm some rich snob or something, which you never said snob. Okay, so it says, honestly, I've always just assumed that you're uber rich. Maybe not multi-million rich, but at least close to being a millionaire. I have a goal of making my team making $1 million by the age of 35, which is in 2 years. But me personally being a millionaire, that's a ways off. But that comes, anybody can be a millionaire, honestly. Dave Ramsey teaches how to do that, and I highly encourage everybody to use his My Total Money Makeover book to get you to a point of one day becoming a millionaire, if that's what you want to do. I assume you're living a life financially and emotionally that we all dream of living, and you basically get to do what you want when you want because you've got it all together. Girl, I don't know about all that. I'm living my dream life, but I've worked my booty off for it, and honestly, I know that it can be taken from me like that, whether it's my health, my money, my home. We have gone through 9 different homes, short sold a home, gotten out of so much debt. My husband drives a $6,000 used truck, honestly, and I drive a used Honda Pilot, which is a very nice car, but we refuse to buy brand new cars. We spend our money wisely. But, so financially, I am living a pretty awesome life financially, but I'll touch on it on the next thing that you said. And then emotionally, girl, I'm a hot mess. Who is not? I can't handle my emotions, but all I know is when I eat Chick-fil-A, my emotions are like, whoa. So obviously, surrounding myself with very amazing people has helped me be a little bit more balanced emotionally, but I'm gonna say, but I've dealt with a lot of stuff in my life in the last 4 years that have really put my emotions to the test, and I'd say I'm pretty balanced emotionally. I know how to call it when I'm an emotional wreck, but I'm also not afraid to say that sometimes I'm an emotional wreck. So I'm not necessarily living the dream life, however, I know how and when to use those emotions, I think. I don't know. I assume you're the person that can go shopping and not necessarily worry about what you put in the cart, because you don't have to worry that there's not enough money to cover it at all. I don't know where you're talking about shopping, but like maybe at the dollar store. I don't shop anywhere fancy. So like if I'm at Target, I definitely wouldn't just throw everything in the cart and be like, I don't know how much it is. That is not me. I know that this doesn't say that I do that, but that I can do that. And honestly, I could probably go into a store right now and throw a lot of stuff in the cart and buy it and not care. But that's not me, and I don't ever, ever want to be that person. And just because you can doesn't mean you should. And I love to teach people about finances and how to do your finances better. So I'm not going to lie when I say that it's taken us a long time to get here. But yeah, I've gotten to a point where I could buy anything I want from Ross. I'm going to say Ross. What's the most expensive thing at Ross? $100? $200 maybe? But definitely couldn't throw 8 of those in the cart and be like, I don't know. I will say I have a lot easier time spending money on things that I can write off for my business because it's an excuse rather than just for fun. You're always so cheerful on your videos, but in my imagination, sometimes I assume that you're just as normal as the rest of us and you yell at your kids and get stressed. Get out of the window! That's my mom voice right there. I assume that you're just as normal as the rest of us and you yell at your kids and get stressed and angry and have the same problems as we do, even though you're financially stable. Now this question kind of hurt my heart because I grew up not financially stable, and I would never want anybody to assume that my parents didn't know how to parent me because we weren't financially stable, that I wasn't yelled at, like that I was only yelled at because we were financially unstable, or or my mom was just stressed because of that, because we are financially stable. But absolutely, yes, I get stressed. I yell at my kids. I get angry. Those are all emotions that come with life. And so absolutely, I do all of those things. I wouldn't tie that together with financially stable, though. I feel like you're always going to have to battle emotions. You can take action on your finances, but they don't go hand in hand. It does help less stress, but it doesn't mean stress doesn't come from other areas. I assume that you're one of the few left that actually made good decisions throughout most of your life, and now you're being rewarded for it, I guess. Ooh, girl, that's a deep one. I did not make a lot of good decisions growing up, and I started making decisions right away that were for my child when I was 19 years old, because I got pregnant at 19. And that's a story for another day if you guys want to hear it during quarantine therapy days or whatever this is. That I was like, this is it. Once I get pregnant, my life is about being a better person. And I let that kind of fuel me into the decisions I make. And so I filter everything I do pretty much through, how is this going to affect not just me, my children and their future? Like, if this is a karma type thing, I fully don't believe in that. Like, I've had my hand dealt to me the last 4 years, and it has nothing to do with my decisions in life. And that's just a part of life. And then the last one was, be creative. Yep, that's me. All right, I got to get going. It's 6 o'clock and I have a Zoom meeting tonight because I'm quarantined, and that's the only way I'm allowed to hang out with people, and this way. So I love you guys. Hopefully I get this on the internet tonight. Drop me those memes on Facebook so we can respond to them tomorrow, because hopefully we'll find a moment to film that. Love you guys. Bye-bye.